The distinct whistling, piping calls of bald eagles, once silenced across much of the South, are again plentiful. The majesty of bald eagles enriches our world with a national spirit and sense of freedom. Still, we live in an era of unprecedented declines in bird species worldwide. Ancient prairie grouse song no longer dominates grasslands at daybreak. In the desert Southwest, whistles of masked bobwhite are scarce. The future of birds continues to rely on vigilance and inventive solutions. Celebrating its 40th year, the George Miksch Sutton Avian Research Center is renowned for its success in restoring bald eagles, its advances in avian husbandry, and meticulous research. Broad community support launched the Sutton Center in 1984 to foster cooperative private-public conservation solutions for the birds. Between 1984 and 1992, its staff enhanced wild eagle egg collection and rearing techniques that led to the successful release of 275 bald eagles across 5 states. Those released birds quickly surpassed initial goals and established 10 new nests by 1994. 30 years later, some 350 occupied nests stand in Oklahoma alone. Other eagle program descendants thrive in states across the South. When the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service first moved to delist the once endangered eagles in 1999, officials recognized Sutton biologists with a White House invitation. Delisting came in 2007, but Sutton's work continued with 10 years of satellite tracking data on young eagles. Eagle-related projects continue with the online live eagle nest cam, hunter education about lead poisoning and non-toxic ammunition, and eagle nest monitoring with dozens of Sutton Bald Eagle Survey Team volunteers. While its eagle work captured headlines, Sutton Center's less famous influences expanded with projects from the Baja Peninsula to Kazakhstan. Field techniques ranged from roadside surveys to NASA thermal imaging. Early captive breeding projects included Andean condors and Cape griffons. Research subjects ranged from coastal peregrine falcons and tropical forest parrots to prairie sparrows and warblers. 3 decades of upland bird work ensued, including 10 years with white-tailed ptarmigan in the Rocky Mountains of New Mexico. Work with lesser and greater prairie chickens, Atwater's prairie chickens, and greater sage grouse determined population sizes, nesting success, survival rates, and habitat needs. 2015 was a landmark year. A new prairie grouse research position was established as the Society of Tympanuchus capitopinnatus merged with the Sutton Center. Sutton's innovators designed a new facility to advance breeding techniques. An initial flock of greater prairie chickens helped test methods before taking on the endangered Atwater's Prairie Chicken Recovery Project in 2019. Once numbering nearly 1 million, Atwater's prairie chickens dominated the coastal plains of Texas and Louisiana, but dwindled to a few dozen and continue to survive on a knife's edge. Conservation breeding at the Sutton Center increased annually, with 224 birds provided to the Texas Atwater's Recovery Program in 2024. During this same era, Sutton Center embraced North America's most endangered quail, the masked bobwhite of the Sonoran Desert. Like the prairie chickens, they hatch in incubators with meticulous DNA records kept brood after brood. Adult male masked bobwhites adopt the chicks for rearing, as males do most of the brood care in the wild. The heroic father figures accompany their broods via nonprofit Light Hawk conservation flights to Arizona's Buenos Aires National Wildlife Refuge. There, they teach and protect the chicks as they mature and learn to spread their wings into the wild. Among Sutton Center's numerous research projects, the most visible are statewide bird surveys that produce the Oklahoma Winter Bird Atlas and, coming soon, a second edition of the Oklahoma Breeding Bird Atlas. Compiled with help from dozens of skilled volunteers using careful survey methods, the atlases can be crucial to understanding long-term bird population changes in Oklahoma and elsewhere. Sutton Center school outreach programs promote science, technology, engineering, arts, and math education. Students discover nature through a scholastically approved curriculum, including customized school visits featuring Artemis, the red-tailed hawk, and other live birds. Since 2005, the Sutton Award has honored students with scholarships, recognizing those who show promise as future conservation communicators through art, sculpture, photography, and writing. Wild Brew has become an Oklahoma tradition. The fundraising celebration brings together an appreciative community with live entertainment and dozens of craft breweries and restaurants from all across the state, all for the birds. Saving birds in a changing world is a daily focus of the Sutton Center, continuing the vision set by early philanthropic conservationists, supporting members of all levels. Sutton staff and volunteers will keep the birds flying, singing, and enriching our world for decades to come.